Blessings and Hexins.
Blessings and Hexins.
Blessings and Hexins. We're starting a new segment, guys, if you didn't hear from the intro song.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Blessings and Hexins.
We should just name our podcast Blessings and Hexins.
Blessings and Hexins. Should we rebrand,
Should we
guys?
rebrand into the Blessings and Hexins witches that we are? Tell us.
Yeah, that'll be in the poll this week.
Yeah. So, who are we hexing this week?
Sean Diddy Combs.
Stupid ass motherfucker.
Stupid ass bitch.
Oh my god, I hate him with all of my heart.
Yeah, I mean, it's really bad. He
Yeah.
got caught red-handed.
He sure did. And this is probably not even the worst of it to come.
Yeah, I mean,
because-
that just happened to be footage.
Yeah, from
But, like, imagine what he was doing behind closed doors.
yes, and this just got released on Friday, and he was shown. I'm sure everyone has seen it, but
Yeah.
he was shown in a public hotel, hallway, the
Like,
hotel hallway.
In front of the elevator, like, in a very public area.
Yeah. Pretty much dragging Cassie, kicking her, hitting her, threw a vase at her head. Like, it was bad.
And it's, like, really aggressive.
Yeah,
Like, uses all of his strength.
He does, and if that's what he's doing, like, in the, like, hotel hallway, just imagine what he did to her behind closed doors.
Yeah, like, what's the probability of that just happened to be on footage?
There's
It's like,
not.
it
There's
must have just been happening all the time.
all the time. And she came forward and said that, and he denied it. That's
Until
why
he
he
got
looked
caught.
so fucking
He looked
stupid
so dumb.
because yeah, he was like, "Oh yeah, they're just looking for a quick paycheck, and that didn't happen, and they're trying to tarnish my name, and the truth will come out."
That's
He
the
literally
least
said
they
that.
could ask for is fucking a paycheck.
He
like,
literally said the truth will come out.
and it did, bro.
Like, what an idiot! You look stupid.
You look so dumb. These men think that they can get away with shit, and it is not your time anymore.
No,
It's
it's
not your time to
2024.
get away with whatever you want anymore.
There's cameras now,
Mhm.
and we're holding
And
you
social
accountable.
media.
And social media, and that's why I want to hex Diddy.
Yeah, we're definitely gonna hex him. So, Coven, come together.
Come together.
We're hexing Diddy.
Hex him. Think
Hex.
bad thoughts for
Hex.
him.
And think
Because-
of his pathetic apology face in that video.
His pathetic apology face. Like, don't even play around. Like, we know you're not sorry. You're just sorry you got caught. Because
Mhm.
literally a week before, you're saying the truth will come out and these people are just trying to tarnish my name. Blah, 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 blah. No, you're
in
not
the
sorry.
words of Rihanna, don't tell me you're sorry because you're not.
Exactly.
When you know you're just sorry, you got caught.
Exactly. Exactly. That's true. Truer words have never been spoken. Like, fuck Diddy. He's on our list.
He's on the list, and he'll forever be on that list.
There's more. There's going to be more coming out because I know, like, people think that he might be working with the feds and that's how he keeps
Oh,
getting
shit.
protected. Yeah. Kanye West, like, made a thing, like, I don't know, 3 years ago when everyone was like, you're crazy. But he was like, nah, Sean Diddy Combs is a fed. He's a fucking fed.
Oh.
And, like, everyone was like, okay, Kanye. But now it's like, maybe he is an informant because that's how he's staying protected.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's so crazy.
It goes deeper.
I just can't wait. Like, our future is going to be really interesting because once all these old ass men in government die, it's going to be interesting.
It will be interesting.
Because us millennials, once we're like the older generation,
Mm-hmm.
at least we're going to have women in office.
Yeah,
You know, at the very least.
at
It might not
least.
be as diverse as we want it to be, but I think we're at least going to have
We're
women.
going towards that direction. For
Yeah.
sure. All abusers can get hexed.
Exactly. And you saw speaking of abusers, you saw the abuser from last week that we talked
Yeah.
about. again, and he was just walking around like nothing happened.
Yeah, so first I watched my Ring camera. Sometimes I get bored and just watch like people walk by my door.
Do you get like notified when people walk by?
Yeah, it only records when people walk by.
So like if I'm taking care of the animals, you'll see when I come?
Yeah.
Scary.
I know. I don't always look, but I looked this one day because I wanted to see if I could see him coming back home. And sure enough, the next day he was back home walking up the stairs. And then me and Kadar were on a walk. We've been walking lately, taking little
getting
walk
your steps in.
Yep, getting our steps in. And normally he like says something to Alfredo, but he was walking with his girlfriend, and me and Kadar both like looked at him, and he was just looking down at this, like he wouldn't even
embarrassed
look. And I'm like, yeah, that's right. You should be embarrassed, bitch.
Does he know that you know?
I'm sure he does. The energy was very, he knows that I know, because he knows we're neighbors. He knows we're neighbors. He knows where I live. He's seen me go in and out of my apartment. He sees Alfredo. Like, he knows I live there. And he got arrested, like, in front of my door.
Yeah, so, he sees your big-ass Ring camera.
Yeah, like, he's got it. Even if he doesn't know if I know, he probably thinks that all the neighbors know. Which we do. So yeah, he's not wrong.
Should I get a Ring camera?
Yeah.
I feel like my apartment's different because it's not a lot of people like walking.
Yeah,
in front of it.
You're pretty secluded.
Yeah, it's like literally I would just see my one neighbor come in and out of the door.
It would be boring.
Yeah.
But you can also watch live video. So if you like hear something outside, you can like put it to live, and then yeah, that would actually be cute if you got one for just the wildlife around there.
I don't know if the Ring camera could detect it because it's not looking down. It's looking like straight ahead.
Well, if you point it down.
I'll point it down.
Just for the raccoons. Just for the raccoons.
Just for the raccoons. Yeah, we're hexing those two people this week. But we also decided that we need to bring in the good energy too. So
yeah, we can't just be hexing everybody.
We can't just be...
We're not completely evil. We definitely want to bless some people too. We got to keep the balance of nature.
The feng shui.
Yeah. So who are you blessing?
Well, I didn't have anybody specific.
So you just hate everybody?
Well, I don't think I have like I couldn't think of one that was like, I felt really good today because one of my bosses invited me to a special meeting at work.
Maybe
and so,
we should bless her.
Yeah, I'm gonna bless her because sometimes I can't tell if she likes me, but then she keeps doing stuff like this, and I'm like, she liked me.
Yeah, because she wouldn't ask you to be part of these special thingies if she didn't like you.
Yeah.
Or think you were capable.
Yeah.
So we're gonna bless her today.
Just imagine a nice lady.
Where is she located?
I don't know. But
how old is she?
Maybe around our age.
Okay, just imagine a nice lady.
Young lady.
A nice young lady who works from home.
Yes. Yeah.
We're blessing her.
We're blessing her. She's kind. So, but also, I want to bless the barista at Cafe Nido today.
Oh.
They made some really, really good matcha lattes for me, and I had two. And it's the kind with the cream cheese foam.
What?
It was so fucking good. It was like ice cream on top of it.
I've never even heard of cream cheese foam.
Oh my God. You've heard of cheese foam, right? It's the same.
No. I didn't even know people were doing this.
It's so good. It's like whipped cream, but better.
I hate whipped cream.
Well, it's not like whipped cream then. It isn't like whipped cream because it's not. It's like
cold foam?
Yes.
Except better?
Yeah, that is what cold foam.
Well, it's different. Cold foam isn't whipped cream.
No,
it might be flat whipped cream.
Yeah, I don't know, but it's like really good. It's like rich. It's almost like a little ice cream topper.
Oh my God.
It's so good.
Okay, well, let's bless them.
Bless them.
Cafe Nido.
Is it Nido or Nido?
No idea. Literally no idea.
Yeah, I just want to bless like Cafe Nido, even though the website is like two white guys.
Oh.
But you know what, guys? Thanks for doing that.
Let's not judge,
Yeah.
We're white.
We're two white girls.
We're two white girls with a podcast.
Yeah. We are a stereotype.
We are. Well, I want to bless this lady that I met earlier this week who I think it was her husband. They were both like older, like probably upper 60s, 70s. And they were both standing outside of the Scientology building with signs that said, Scientology is a cult, tax the cult. And I was like, hell
Yes.
yeah, girl.
Tax the cult.
Yeah, and I walked past her and she was talking to Alfredo and she loved him, and Alfredo wasn't having it that day, but she loved him. She was really sweet, and I was like, I love what's on your sign, and she was like, yeah.
Does he know Defender of Ants, our friend?
I'm sure they do.
Yeah.
I'm sure they do.
I'm sure they do.
But it was really cute. They were just like, I don't know, it was just cute seeing like two old people like holding up signs just by themselves, like, tax the cult. And I'm like, yeah, tax the cult.
Fuck yeah.
Like I liked her. She was nice. So that's who I'm blessing today.
For the listeners out there that aren't from LA, you should really look up a picture of the Scientology building because it's creepy as fuck.
You can't miss it.
Yeah.
It is creepy. Like, I can't believe I live around the corner from
yeah.
to be honest.
She lives so close to it.
It's crazy.
It's like shadowing. Like,
yeah.
There's a shadow like on her building from it. Like, yeah.
Don't come find me though.
Don't come find her.
Don't stop me.
Well, there's many other buildings, right?
There's a lot.
They have a selection.
There's a lot.
Yeah.
But don't come stalk me, please, Martha.
Don't stalk her.
Martha.
Oh yeah, no Martha stalking.
Please don't
here.
be Martha.
We haven't talked about that on the pod, but
Martha.
she's kind of crazy.
We did, I thought.
Well, we didn't talk about her interview.
Oh. Well,
we
could.
No.
I don't want to hex her because
she's got mental
She's
issues.
already got some problems.
Yeah.
I don't want to make it worse for her.
Yeah, I mean, I feel a little bad for her, even though she is in the wrong.
Yeah, but she clearly has issues, you know? Like,
yeah.
I feel bad for her.
So, yeah. How about this weekend? How was our weekend?
Our weekend was fun one day because we have been trying to find... There's a bar in Hawthorne.
First of all, yeah, we went there. What was that, on Thursday?
Last week on Wednesday.
Okay.
We went to Hawthorne. I finally took Kirsten to the greatest. Which is the greatest bar in Hawthorne. I gotta say.
I thought you were gonna say in LA. And I was like, don't go there.
I know, and I didn't. It's cheap drinks. The bartenders love us. The regulars love us. It's a good time. So I finally took Kirsten there.
It's like a Cheers bar, you know?
Yeah, she understands the greatest, but it's far. It's like an hour drive.
It took us like an hour to get there on a Wednesday. And I was like, Allie's really taking me out of the city. I'm like looking behind me, all the buildings behind me. And I'm like, we're like on a road trip right now.
I know. She's like, wow, I never leave my neighborhood.
I literally don't. Or my house.
It's
rarely.
good to get out, you know?
No, it is.
And you hung out with Stephanie. And
yeah, I think
fun.
that was a good part of it too, because I haven't really got to hang out with her at all, and you guys are really close. So
yeah, she loves you, by the way.
I love her.
I feel like Kirsten's so much fun.
She's fun too. I wish that she lived closer.
I know. But I took you there, and then we were trying to figure out a spot near our house because, you know, Hawthorne's a lot cheaper, and our house is close to Silver Lake, which is notorious for being an LA neighborhood, bougie. Like, it's like if anyone's in New York, it's like Williamsburg.
Yeah.
Of New York. Like the bougie.
Like artsy.
Still cool. Yeah, artsy, but you have to have money to live there. Mm-hmm. So
we live like close enough that we can walk there.
Yeah, but we're not technically
in the poor
in there.
area.
Yeah, we're in the area right before Silver Lake where it's like still poor, like it's still cheaper, but we can still walk to Silver Lake. So it's kind of nice. I love where we live.
Yeah.
I think it's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we're trying to find a place, which is kind of hard because it's Silver Lake, but we did find some happy hour spots.
Yeah. Allie did the research. So, yeah, we, you know, there are a few places on Sunset that have good happy hour deals.
Turns out we can only afford happy hour from now on. But we did find a good deal at the Black Cat.
Yeah, well, first we tried to go to this place called 33 Traps. 33 Traps.
33 Traps. It might as well be because of all the bros that were in there.
Yeah.
With their traps.
Traps.
You know?
Yeah, but we went there, and it is like that place is like a sports bar, but it was packed. Like, I mean, like, everybody's standing up, like, you can't even get in, and this was like 5 p.m.
Yeah, it was so weird, and I've been there before, and it wasn't ever that packed.
No.
But there was a game on or something, and all the bros in jerseys were in there, and we were like,
crazy though. It was like wall to wall packed with people. Like, you couldn't even like stand.
We couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So we went back down the road to the Black Cat, which I've been to before, but
yeah, me too.
But I never had known about their happy hour, and it's pretty good.
Yeah, I feel like they had a really good. I mean, it's a little expensive without the happy hour.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
hour was good.
But it was good, and it was chill, and the vibe is like chill and cool, and it's called the Black Cat, so there's all kinds of cat decorations everywhere, which is our vibe.
We like that shit. And it's like got the old kind of, I don't even know how to describe that style, but it's like the kind of leather,
Like Prohibition, like leather booths.
Yeah.
You know?
And just like a cute little old-timey bar.
Yeah, everyone who works there, like little hipsters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was cool.
But their deal was $13. And this is like good for, I think, any area, not just for LA, but it was $13 for like a full-size burger.
Yeah, it was big.
And fries and a 12-ounce beer.
Yeah.
It was, $13.
$13.
That's pretty good.
It was a really good deal.
We're so 30 right now.
I know. Oh my God.
We got the deals.
We got the good deals over here at the Black Cat. And then we went out after that because we're alcoholics and we couldn't stop drinking.
Yeah.
And we went to Cowboy Drugstore,
which is formerly Junkyard Dog.
R.I.P.
And we used to, well, you used to especially go there a lot. Like, you became somewhat of a regular there when it was Junkyard Dog.
I made friends with the bartenders.
Yeah.
But it's cool because they have games.
Yeah.
We were playing Guess Who.
Well, we found out that it was, I think, the same owners or something.
I don't remember what she said.
I forget what she said. It was confusing a little bit. But I think it is associated with the same owners anyway. So anyway, it didn't really change. It hasn't changed much.
It's not.
It's just different people working there. And the girl, was really nice.
She was. She's our friend now.
Yeah.
And we were playing Guess Who, that old game, but we were playing it the new way.
Yeah. Which is like the very specific.
Yeah. Like, does your person look like he is in a band?
Yeah. Does he look like he would own a startup?
Yeah. Does he work at Starbucks?
Yes, exactly.
Stuff like that. And so that was fun. And we just kind of got drunk and ate pizza and then walked home. But it was a good time. I had fun. I had a really good time with you on Friday. We're going to try to make that kind of a weekly thing.
Yeah. So we decided, there is an announcement with that. So that means because we're going to start editing the pod on Fridays during happy hour, we're going to release on Saturdays now.
Yeah. New release day, Saturday.
Yeah. So stay tuned for Saturdays. I don't know if Saturday is a good release day.
If you're off work and you're cleaning your house, just throw us on.
Yeah, it's going to be around noon-ish.
Yeah.
Afternoon on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's get into it.
Okay.
We're in Yap month.
Yap month. May's Yap month.
/MLM month.
Yeah.
And this week we decided to do a little research on the essential oils industry.
Yeah, because a lot of these oil industries are MLMs.
Yes.
And, not to hate on the essential oils, because I like some essential oils.
Yeah, I feel like it can be medicinal, it can be good, but it's also like it's not regulated by the FDA. But there's two arguments, There's the side that says the FDA doesn't test it because of the big pharma, which,
right,
yeah.
Like, if it cures things, then they don't want to take away money from big pharma.
Exactly.
So maybe that's why.
But then the other side of it is because it's not regulated, people can get sick, and
they don't.
And it's
really
like
know
false
what's
claims and all that.
Yeah, there's some essential oils that are fake or like diluted,
or people use too much of it,
or they're too
potent.
Yeah, so there's a whole thing about it.
So I watched a documentary called Unwell on Netflix, and I basically have a little summary of that first episode, because the first episode is all about essential oils, MLMs, basically.
Yeah.
And you went through some Reddit threads.
Yeah,
right?
I found some Reddit stuff, and I personally have some ties to this.
Well,
too.
let's talk about your personal story first.
Well, first,
I'm Kirsten.
I'm Allie.
And you're listening to
Thank You So Much. Thank you so much for essential oils.
MLMs.
We didn't plan that, just so you know.
We're just getting really good at being in sync.
Yeah. We're just, we know each other too well.
You also always remember to do the intro, and I never do.
Well, we forgot last time, and so I
Yeah.
was like, well, let's do it this time. So my personal story with it is one of my best friends who has been my friend since like 7th grade. Her mom has always been super into Young Living, especially. So that brand.
Yeah, that's one of the most famous brands.
Yeah,
of
like the biggest essential oil brand. She got into Young Living when we were in high school. And I just remember she was, selling it and everything. And I almost got into it because she really influenced her daughter. And she was like, you should sell these. And she was like, yeah, I should. These are crazy. And then, I saw the price and I was like, no, that's crazy. Like, I'm not selling essential oils for that price. But their whole thing is like, well, these are pure. And these don't have bad chemicals, or they're not diluted, and they can heal like this, and this. And, so it was always like.
Yeah, their big thing is like the purity of theirs.
Yeah. And ever since she got into that, I was always worried to buy essential oils because I was like, well, they're
Seems like an
obviously
MLM.
not pure. So,
yeah.
Like, how do I know these are pure? And I still think about it. Every time I buy essential oils now, I'm always like, oh, but these aren't Young Living.
We can make our own essential oils.
Yeah.
It's basically just distilling.
Well, I have a bunch, but,
It'd be fun to just make our own, though.
Yeah, it would be. But I just, have that thought of, oh, is this even pure? Every time I buy oils,
Yeah, no, because of that, but I think it is good to just be knowledgeable about it, but it's also they kind of hardwire that into your.
They do, and I think that's one of their selling points. And it would be fine, but these oils are so expensive.
Yeah.
So, and she's still on Facebook talking about Young Living and the oils and what they can do. And she's like a diehard Young Living essential oil lady.
Oh,
not my friend.
She might be one
mom.
of the diamond sellers now.
I don't know.
Because I feel like they're I actually have a whole thing on Young Living because there was a big segment on that in the documentary, but they've been around for a really, really long time. And I feel like in the 90s and 2000s, there was a lot of these MLMs like Avon and Mary Kay that was structured towards single moms. And I mean, they still are now, but I feel like now with the internet, people are more wary of it. This was the heyday,
Yeah, for one essential oil, the tiny little bottles, $66.
That's crazy.
For one. Some of them are less. If you get Blue Yarrow, $141.
That's crazy. Their thing, and this is actually from the documentary, there's another brand called doTERRA.
Oh yeah.
That's their competitor, the new one. But the doTERRA lady was talking about how, oh yeah, you think this is expensive, but it's per drop. If you think per drop, then it's X amount of cents per drop, and it's potent.
I'm just saying this better cure my depression or something. You know what I mean?
Right. And they do make a lot of claims.
They do.
So,
but I think that's the problem, right?
Yeah, I mean, people.
The guy got in trouble, right, for the dude who started it.
So let's talk about this.
Yeah, tell us
let's talk about him.
I watched this a long time ago, and it's fresh on your mind.
Crazy shit that he did. So this is Gary Young,
and people think it's kind of culty.
It is. I mean, it is. I think MLMs are cults, and I think that actually is the original reason why we decided to do MLMs this month, because we are transitioning from cults, and it's a similar idea because it's a top-down hierarchy.
But this is one of the bigger ones.
Yeah, it's huge. So this guy Gary Young, he grew up in Idaho, poor guy, and he had a logging accident that ruptured his spinal column, and he was told he was never going to walk again. And then he did this 253-day cleanse or whatever, and he drank nothing but lemon juice and water. And then
sounds really healthy.
And then he could twitch his toes again because I guess he was paralyzed. Then he got really into alternative medicine, and he gets his degree in naturopathy, which is not a real. Well, we should look up actually what naturopathy is.
Naturopathy.
But he got it from not a real university, but okay, so naturopathic medicine is a system that uses natural remedies. Okay, so I think that there is something useful in that, but it's not a real college degree. He's not a doctor, and he gets his degree in naturopathy, and then he starts this birthing facility. So his life is really interesting. So he starts a birthing facility in the 1980s.
Facility.
Birthing, like for babies,
Okay.
giving birth. And so he starts like doing, like performing
I remember
births. And
Mhm. But he's
he
not
does-
qualified.
he's not qualified. And he does one on his daughter. And his daughter drowns and dies because it was an underwater birth. And she was underwater for more than an hour and she died. Yeah. And
he
didn't
killed her, basically.
but he didn't go to jail because it's like it was deemed an accident.
Oh,
But
my
like
God.
yeah, so then he stops doing that, and that was in the 80s. And then in 93 he starts Young Living essential oils. That's when he started the essential oils stuff. And then he makes like a clinic in Utah, and then he gets sued because he started to do, well, there was like a patient of his, if we even want to call it.
I remember this.
But there was a patient of his that sued him because he
tried to take out a pancreas or something.
Oh, no, that's later.
Oh, okay.
That's later. That's later. But this one was like, he gave her an infusion of vitamin C or something, and it almost killed her. So he got sued in Utah. And then he moved his clinic to Ecuador.
Oh, my God.
And that's where he got away with like a bunch of shit.
Of
as
course.
not a doctor. He started to give essential oils intravenously in the
What?
veins, yes, of people. And then that's the one, this is what you're thinking of. He gave a gallbladder surgery without a
Yeah.
license,
Yeah, that's insane.
which is crazy, yeah. And then, the rest of the story goes on. He has his company and starts this MLM.
He's just a crazy motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like, who does that?
But he eventually dies in 2018, and the industry is still booming.
Yeah.
That's the story. And it's like, documentary has like a testimonial of a stay-at-home mom that's anonymous, and she just talks about her experience, about how she's it's that classic story of the MLM mom that like they get taught this dream of like, you can make all this money and have your own business. And so she went all in. She bought all the books, all the promo materials, all the samples, put like thousands of dollars into opening this business. And then she realizes that, it's kind of a scam. And then they had like a class action lawsuit against them.
Oh,
And
my God.
turns out many women are experiencing this, where they're like, literally, they spend thousands of dollars and they're only getting like $100 in profit or something like that. But their structure is that basically it's not making money selling the oils. People have to sign up and they become distributors. And then to become a distributor, you have to enroll in their rewards program, which is $100 a month, or else you don't get commission.
What?
So
you pay to get commission?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So basically they're making money on this $100 a month subscription of the people that are selling it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So, and then in 2000, this was like an interesting statistic. In 2016, 94% of their members made $1 a month.
What?
Yeah. So it's like, it's very top down trickle, like it's like 94%. So it's like that 6% is making some money. And then the top of the pyramid is like the Royal Crown Diamond level. And have only been, well, they are the ones that claim that they make like a 6-figure salary,
Okay.
But there's only been 46 of them in the whole history of this company, which started in 93. So,
Wow. Wow.
That's Young Living for you.
Young Living.
Mm-hmm. So
yeah,
it's
I was
crazy.
reading on Reddit like a bunch of people who were part of Young Living who were just saying that it's super, super culty because it maintains the thought of like hypochondriacs, like it gets the hypochondriacs into the business with the distrust, and it's all natural, and people join it because they make it seem like it's literally life or death.
Yeah.
Because if you don't use these, like, you're gonna die from this, and whatever. And you feel like this Redditor was saying how you feel like everyone around you is unknowing and just poisoning themselves, and you're the only one that like knows the cure, has the secrets.
Yeah.
And people are just saying this is like such a cult because it's almost like these people think that they're they know more, and they're all knowing when it comes to like the health stuff, even though nobody has a degree or didn't go to medical school or anything like that. And I believe to some extent,
Yeah, there
that
is like some value to that, I think, but
I definitely think that big pharma is a scam in
yes,
itself,
yeah.
and there are way more safer, natural things to cure things with. But I definitely think when it's something as aggressive as like cancer or something really crazy, like, I'm sorry, I don't think an oil is going to cure you.
Well, speaking of that, in the documentary, this is doTERRA, the other brand, but they do an interview with one of the spokespeople for doTERRA, and she's one of the top sellers. And her story, and I think this is what another thing that's
I remember this
like
now
with
that you're saying
MLMs, but her story is that when she was 12, she had a brain tumor, and the surgeons were able to remove some of it, but they couldn't remove all of it, and so she still had like some tumor in her brain, and her mom put her on essential oils, and she kept getting better and better, and she never got radiation, and she didn't need to because she kept getting better because of the essential oils. And so it's like those outlier stories that are able to like draw people in, and it's that same idea. It's like, oh, see, like we didn't need all this crazy medicine. I cured it all with these essential oils.
Yeah. Which, if I had cancer, I would try anything.
Yeah.
I would try essential oils. I would try
Yeah.
a new diet. I would try whatever they tell me to try. But, it's just funny. There's just one person that this happened to.
Right. Yeah.
And she could have, I don't know. Who knows? Like, we don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Who knows? It could have just been like good luck.
It could have been good luck. It could have been something she was eating. It could have been, I don't know.
Yeah, there's nothing to prove that it was the essential oils.
It could have been the essential oils. Like, I'm not saying that's completely out of the
question.
Yeah.
I feel like,
it's just a really bold thing to claim when people die of cancer and go through chemo and have all these poisonous drugs like put through them, and then they're like, oh, actually you could have just done that with essential oils.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. I think if it really worked, there would be more people doing it.
Yeah. And I think essential oils can cure some things.
Yeah.
Like,
I use them for aromatherapy is really helpful for anxiety and stuff. Like,
and I use like peppermint oil when I have an upset tummy, or if I get a burn, or no, sorry, lavender oil when I get a burn.
Tea tree oil is like been really good for like my skin and my scalp. Like,
yeah, like there's a lot of benefits from using essential oils, and I definitely don't doubt that at all. But it's just crazy to make these claims when you don't have any experiments or like testing or
But yeah, the like other side of that is that there's no funding for it, like because of big pharma, like they don't want to fund those kind of scientific tests.
But couldn't the people making all this money from the essential oils fund it, like Carl, or what's his name?
That's a good point. Yeah.
Mr.
But they're not
Young.
real doctors.
Mr. Young.
They're not real. They don't have degrees.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So I don't know. I mean, I'm very much like open-minded to essential oils. I don't think it's a complete scam.
Yeah, I feel like there is like definitely benefits to it. But there was another story in the documentary that it was like a girl that
she got burned or something.
Well, she just got a bunch of rashes and it like lasted for 5 years because whatever, she didn't give the name of the company, but whatever company was like encouraging her to ingest a lot of it.
Yeah.
And so the point was like, you can't take too much of it. Like,
and because it's so pure, like sometimes putting it onto the skin directly can harm your skin.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's gonna dry out your skin. Like,
it's kind of like a miscommunication of like how to actually use it in a way, because these people think it's just an end all be all, but really like there's specific ways you need to use it. You should not ingest an essential oil. Yeah. I don't think.
That's what like aromatherapists will say. Like they say no, you shouldn't, because it can burn your mucous membrane.
Yeah, it's like too potent.
Yeah. But there are certain people that are like, yeah, you totally can.
Yeah.
So I think it's just a matter of not doing too much of it. If you do ingest it, like, do it like once a month or something. I don't know. Like, don't do it a lot.
I think the problem with like Young Living and the other
doTERRA,
I think the problem with them is the claims. Like, I think that they claim too much. Like, they claim too many things that are not
and they encourage
necessarily
people
true.
to take more and more, and that's detrimental.
Because it makes them money.
Yes.
So they're almost as bad as Big Pharma in a way.
Yeah.
But it's also the fact that they're like, oh, this is the essential oil you need to use. All the other ones are shit. But ours is not.
That's like Young Living's.
Yeah, it's like,
shit.
dude, like, okay, but that can't be true.
Yeah.
You know, so
take it with a grain of salt. I think that I think that I want to start making my own, because then you know how you made it. You know
how much is in it. You know what's in it.
Yeah, and they're not that hard. Like, I think, well, you just look it up, because I've been making mead, and mead is really easy to make. All you need is yeast, and you just put it in a thingy, and it does everything itself. You know.
That's crazy. Just make some alcohol real quick.
Anyway, I think that, like, making your own essential oils could be beneficial, and probably don't ingest it. I think it's like also has alcohol in it, depending on how it's made. So that's obviously toxic. Yeah.
I would say just don't ingest it.
Yeah.
Don't shoot it in your veins either.
Yeah, that's crazy.
literally
Gary
insane.
Young.
Gary
literally
Young,
injecting people with.
Just the fact that it was started by Gary Young and what he was doing makes me not trust Young Living. Like, he was insane doing gallbladder operations when you're not even a doctor.
Yeah.
Like,
literally killed his own daughter.
Killed your own daughter. Like,
yeah.
Don't trust this man. Why are we trusting this man?
How is this not? Well, that's the thing. It was the 80s and 90s. There was no internet. It wasn't exposed. Nobody knew it.
And it's still going.
Yeah.
Still going. I don't think it's going as strong as it was, but maybe.
Yeah, probably not as strong. But I bet the people that are on the top, well, I don't know, because the people on the top are only funded by the people underneath them. So I think just more and more people are catching on to MLMs. And they're like, yeah, most MLMs are also pyramid schemes, which are illegal for a reason. That's that. I mean, that's like basically, you know, the gist of it.
Yeah, that's MLM essential oils for you. What was the show you watched on Netflix?
It's called Unwell.
Unwell, yeah.
And I only watched the first episode because I think they have different stories of like different kind of alternative medicine stories. But this one was about essential oils. There was another one that was called Natural Living, which is by this guy, Dr. Z. And he's like one of those that's really in about using it in your food. And he had another story that was like he was an alcoholic and a drug addict until he was 22. And then I feel like there's always this story, you know? And then he became a Christian. And then but that still didn't cure everything. And then he started to do essential oils.
Is that the guy with the family?
Yeah.
The guy with the Christian family?
Yeah, and he has like a $77 master class.
Yes. Like, oh my God. Yeah. Those people are creepy.
They are.
They creeped me out. I remember watching that. Like, that was creepy. They're so... that like
they're like
YouTube
too polished
family that looks perfect from the outside, but
I bet they're fucked
up, dude, and those kids are gonna be fucked up.
I bet they're so fucked up behind doors.
If you guys don't know what we're talking about, you should definitely Google Dr. Z
Natural Living,
because it's just it's weird. It gave me the heebie-jeebies when I watched that.
Yeah,
they're weird.
He had like no soul in his eyes,
and they have no scientific backup for this.
None of this does.
Like, but especially Dr. Z though. Like, they're just making money off of people at this point.
But here's the thing though, because like what I've come to realize about science is it's literally just a human experimenting on things, and you can get the credentials to be like, my experiment is going to be published. You know, so that's oversimplifying it for sure, but I think that it's about funding in the end. And if you can't get your experiment funded, then it's not going to be published, then it's not going to be recognized.
Right.
So I do think that there is like an agenda from big pharma to have certain things get FDA approved.
Yeah, for sure.
Even
Even vitamins and stuff
Yeah.
are FDA approved.
yeah, they aren't because they're too easy to make.
Mm-hmm.
You can't make it in the lab. Or yeah, I mean, you can make it in the lab, but like it's easy to make outside of like a chemistry degree.
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Don't fall for the MLMs, y'all.
Yeah, don't do it, guys.
You can use essential oils. I use essential oils.
Yeah, me too. You can use it, just don't go crazy.
Just don't go crazy.
So-
Don't listen to no Gary Young.
Gary Young doesn't know.
Don't listen to him. I don't trust
Literally.
him with anything. I don't trust him with literally anything,
Let alone my gallbladder.
let alone my birthing, because
Jesus
you killed your own
Christ.
fucking daughter.
It is absolutely insane.
Insane.
So yeah, I mean, that was it.
Yeah.
This was a shorter episode, but I kind of like that we have less to edit this time. We're
Oh,
at
yeah.
44 minutes. We're doing great.
We're going to have a fun time on Friday.
Yeah.
We're going to
we are.
edit, and then we're just going
We're going to get drizzle.
I get paid on Friday. Also.
I don't.
But
But
I do, so it's okay. I got you, girl.
thanks, guys, for listening. We're going to post this, and you'll listen to it.
Yeah, that's how it goes. That's how we go. And don't forget to follow us on everything. Thank you so much, Pod.
And buy us a coffee.
We're
We didn't
thinking-
get any coffees this week.
We didn't, but we got a lot last week, so that made up for it.
No, but y'all need to buy us some coffees. Listen
You
here.
do. Honestly,
If you were entertained by this in the slightest, think about like if you were to go to a show for 45 minutes of your life.
there's
Or like-
a $5 cover.
Yeah. You pay for Spotify. Spotify doesn't pay us, but they
No.
pay the music.
They don't pay us, though.
They don't pay us.
We're just trying to keep
So-
it going for y'all, because we know you are obsessed with us and you love our content and our podcast.
Yeah, and we're
we
putting
know.
the tea. We're giving you the tea.
We're giving you the tea. We're
and
hexing and
researching.
blessing.
We're hexing and blessing. We're researching. And listen to us. We're sweeties.
We're cuties.
We're cute sweeties.
Buy us a coffee.
Buy us a coffee. Love you so much. Bye.
Bye.
Mwah.